The city at night was a different beast, a deep humming quiet over Brooklyn. From our rooftop the world softened, its sharp edges blurred by night. A distant siren wailed, swallowed by the vast sky. The air, crisp with autumn, carried the sweet scent of roasted nuts and earthy leaves. This was the magic hour, the one we lived for. City lights pulsed with life, a tapestry of stories unfolding below. The subway's rumble became a rhythmic heartbeat beneath our feet. We were perched on its chest, feeling the rise and fall of its breath. Sounds became distinct, each a note in a quiet symphony. While the city slept, we were witnesses to this nightly miracle. My journey to the roof was a ritual. I pulled on my thickest wool socks, grabbed the old plaid blanket and poured steaming apple cider into a thermos. Each step was a promise of peace, a prelude to our escape. The metal door groaned open and the city air rushed in, cool and clean. Noah was there, a silhouette against the skyline, arranging our deck chairs. His slow, easy smile made my heart settle. He took the thermos, our fingers brushing in a familiar touch. It was a language of small kindnesses and shared habits. Seeing the chocolate-covered pretzels, my favourite, was a quiet declaration of thoughtfulness. "You brought the good stuff," I said, nodding to the thermos as I settled in, the cool night air brushing against my cheeks. The city lights below flickered like 1,000 tiny lanterns, but up here it felt like we were in our own little world, suspended between the hum of life below and the quiet expanse above. Noah handed me a steaming mug, the aroma of spiced tea curling up into the night. The warmth seeped into my hands, chasing away the evening chill. We sat close, shoulders almost touching, wrapped in a shared blanket. There was comfort in our proximity, a silent understanding that words couldn't quite capture. The city's noise faded, replaced by the soft clink of mugs and the gentle rustle of the blanket as we settled in. We didn't need chatter, just existing together was enough. The silence between us wasn't empty, it was full of meaning, of shared memories and unspoken promises. "Only the best for my favourite rooftop companion," he said, nudging my foot playfully under the blanket. I grinned, nudging him back, our feet tangled in a quiet dance. The city felt far away, and for a moment it was just us, cocooned in warmth and laughter. "Look, Orion is showing off tonight," he pointed, his finger tracing the familiar pattern in the sky. I followed his gaze, letting my eyes adjust to the darkness. We played our favourite game, searching for constellations in the patchwork of city lights and stars. Each one we found felt like a secret, a story only we shared. Sometimes we'd make up our own constellations, giving them names that only made sense to us, laughing quietly so as not to disturb the magic of the night. Our banter was easy, a gentle volley of words that drifted into the night air. Sometimes we'd talk about our dreams, our fears, or the silly things that happened during the day. Other times we let silence settle between us, comfortable and unhurried. The city hummed below, a distant lullaby, while above us the stars kept their silent watch. In these moments I felt closest to him. There was no need for grand gestures or declarations. We were just Emma and Noah, two people at home in each other's company, sharing a simple joy that felt extraordinary. His smile, soft and genuine, told me everything I needed to know. Up here we could be ourselves, no masks, no expectations, just us. The city could rush below, its endless energy pulsing through the streets, but up here time slowed down. We had our own little universe, a place where worries faded, and the only thing that mattered was the quiet connection we shared. In the gentle glow of the city lights and the hush of the stars, we found our peace. Two souls, together, whispering among the stars. Our rooftop was no manicured paradise. It wasn't the kind of place you'd see in glossy magazines or on carefully curated Instagram feeds. Instead, it was a patchwork of city grit and quiet dreams, perched above the endless hum of Brooklyn. It was a beautifully imperfect space, a flat expanse of tar paper and gravel, where the city's heartbeat echoed beneath our feet. The surface was uneven, patched in places and scattered with pebbles that glinted under the city lights. Every crack and scuff told a story. Every rough edge a reminder that beauty can be found in the most unexpected places. Our throne room consisted of 2 rickety deck chairs and a wooden crate as our table. The chairs creaked when we sat, their paint faded by countless seasons. But they were ours. The crate, rescued from a nearby alley, held our coffee mugs, our books, sometimes a flickering candle on breezy nights. This space was a testament to our shared history. Every evening spent here added another layer to our story, woven into the fabric of the rooftop itself. We'd talk for hours, sometimes in laughter, sometimes in comfortable silence, always surrounded by the city's distant lull. A small patch of moss, the Shire, grew near a leaky drainpipe. It was our little oasis, a splash of green in a world of grey, stubbornly thriving where nothing else dared. We joked that it was our kingdom's garden, tended only by rain and time. A faint hopscotch grid, a relic from summer, was still visible. The chalk lines, though faded, hinted at afternoons spent chasing sunlight and laughter, moments of playfulness that lingered long after the games had ended. This wasn't just a roof. It was a diary of our time together. Each scuff mark, each faded line, was a memory pressed into the tar and gravel, a silent record of our joys, our struggles, our dreams whispered to the night sky. We had made this forgotten corner our private kingdom. Here we were free from the world's demands, able to be ourselves without pretense. It was a place where we could let our guards down, where every night felt like a small celebration of us. Up here there were no deadlines, no emails, no expectations. The city's chaos faded into a distant hum, replaced by the simple rhythm of our breathing, the comfort of shared silence. We watched the lights flicker across the skyline, feeling both small and infinite at the same time. The beauty was in its honesty, a raw space we loved. There was no need to impress, no need to pretend. The rooftop accepted us as we were, flawed, hopeful and deeply connected. Our love was quiet, sturdy, built on the truth of our connection. In this scrappy kingdom, surrounded by the city's endless possibilities, we found something rare, a place that was entirely, unmistakably, ours. Stargazing in the city was an act of faith. You had to know the stars were there, even when you couldn't see them. It felt like a perfect metaphor for love, especially ours. Sometimes it was a quiet, steady glow you had to look for. Noah took my hand, his warmth grounding me. We sat, holding hands, gazes upward, sharing secrets with the stars. Each star was a shared secret, a point of light connecting us. Our worries felt small compared to the majestic dance of galaxies. Our love was a constellation we drew ourselves, a map of our journey. It was a secret light guiding us home to each other. Remember that time we tried the fancy restaurant for our anniversary? I laughed, thinking about how we'd both been so nervous, wanting everything to be perfect. The white tablecloths, the soft candlelight, the clink of glasses, it all felt like a scene from a movie, and yet, somehow, we were the comic relief. Noah grinned, instantly recognizing the memory I was unearthing. His eyes sparkled with that familiar mischief, as if he too was replaying every awkward, hilarious detail in his mind. It was a foundational story for us, a comically disastrous moment that somehow made everything feel more real. How could I ever forget the way we stumbled through that night, both of us trying so hard to impress each other, only to end up laughing at ourselves? You looking stunning in that dress, and me, well, I'd rushed out the door and ended up wearing two completely different socks. One striped, one polka-dotted. I didn't notice until we were already seated. I spent the entire evening trying to hide my ankles under the tablecloth, shifting in my seat and hoping no one would notice. Noah kept sneaking glances and stifling laughter, which only made it harder for me to keep a straight face. And then, as if the universe wanted to add another layer of comedy, the waiter called you Mr. Harrison all night. I added, remembering how you tried to correct him. But he just kept going, oblivious to your gentle protests. Just when we thought the night couldn't get any more unpredictable, the fire alarm blared. Suddenly everyone was ushered out onto the chilly sidewalk, our romantic dinner interrupted by flashing lights and confusion. We stood there, shivering and laughing, surrounded by strangers in evening wear. It was in that moment, under the harsh glow of the streetlights, that we realized how little the setting mattered. Our laughter, echoing in the night, felt more intimate than any candlelit dinner. Eventually, we wandered to our favourite late-night diner, the one with sticky menus and the smell of coffee lingering in the air. We ordered pancakes, still dressed for a fancy night out, and didn't care that we looked out of place. There, in that cosy booth, we found ourselves again. No pretense, no pressure, just us. We talked about everything and nothing, sharing syrup and stories until the world outside faded away. That was a better anniversary dinner, Noah said softly, squeezing my hand across the table. His words lingered, warm and true, reminding me that the best memories are often the ones we never plan. It was about finding joy in chaos, building moments from detours, and realizing that love isn't about perfection. It's about laughing together when things go wrong and cherishing the beautiful mess we create along the way. I was looking at Vermont pictures again, Noah said wistfully. This was our ritual, dreaming of a life elsewhere. A small house, a patch of land, a sky so dark you could see the Milky Way. I leaned on his shoulder, joining the fantasy. A big porch, a red door, a stream running through the back. We could have a garden, a real one, I added. And a dog, a big goofy one, he said. The dream grew, a fragile snow globe of a future. It was a promise, a shared direction, a future to build together. For now, dreaming together was enough. The autumn air grew colder, and Noah tucked the blanket around me. It was a small gesture, filled with profound tenderness. Love is in the tucking of a blanket. He poured the last cider, dividing it between us. Our love story was written in small acts of service. I offered him a chocolate-covered pretzel, our dance of give and take. It was the simple economy of a shared life. These small exchanges wove our lives together, holding my mug. Gratitude washed over me. Love was the slow accumulation of thoughtful moments. "I have something for you," I said, handing him a letter. It felt old-fashioned, but some things needed permanence. He unfolded the paper, reading my heart in ink. The letter was an affirmation of old feelings, a promise of our future. It spoke of safety, laughter, and mismatched socks. It was a declaration of commitment born from our shared life. When he finished, he tucked it into his shirt pocket. He pulled me into a hug, full of emotion words couldn't capture. In his arms, I knew he understood every word. The promise had been given and received. Our future was inextricably linked. The night deepened and drowsiness settled over us. Noah's arm wrapped around me, his heart a comforting sound. The world was just us, this blanket and the sky. His breathing deepened, and I knew he was asleep. I stayed awake, savouring contentment. The city lights twinkled below, stars above. Love was this, falling asleep in someone's arms, feeling safe. Our love was a distant, constant star, a guiding light. It was the peaceful presence of home. We slept, wrapped in a worn plaid blanket under faint stars. Our love was vast and infinite, needing no audience.